Okay, so I'm recording. I can't go live. I really wanted to go live because I got some stuff on my head here. But I also need to do the things I need to do here in the garden. So the camera may or may not be where it needs to be, but that's okay. I'm just going to talk today, and if you get to see what I'm doing, that's fine. If you don't, I'm sorry. But just so you know, I am trimming back my basil here between my tomatoes so it can continue to grow and produce and do what it needs to do. So, if you know me, you know that I've always done a little garden. Not a whole lot, just enough to say that I did something. And, I like to can and put away what I harvest because I like my own strawberry jam or my own spaghetti sauce. So, that's why I do it. But this year, the gardens have literally doubled. I haven't grown this many things at one time. So it's all a work in progress, a learning curve. Um, but the main reason is to make sure I can do it because when I need to do it. Let's just put it that way. I don't say a whole lot on my channel. I just show y'all what I'm doing, how I did it. That's about it. Kind of keep to myself, keep my thoughts to myself. But I feel like I need to give you a little more info. Just a little. Those that know me know why I'm pretty quiet, why I'm not outspoken, so to speak, publicly in the whole internet of things. But I'm not going to say that here. I just want to say that if you're paying attention, even if you're just watching mainstream news, not too long ago, they told you what was going on. They told you that you're going to have shortages. They told you that, we're going to run out of stuff because of this, that, or the other. The old saying, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. However, there are going to be shortages. There are going to be problems. And we're seeing it already. Baby formula? Anyway, I heard today that they're getting ready to cut off the farmers and people from water in California. And if you don't know, the majority of your produce outside of the summer season comes from California. We've already had problems with produce producers in California this year. Fires or whatever, illness. But when you cut the water off to farmers, how much food do you think they're going to be able to produce? How much food do you think is going to get to the stores come this fall, especially this winter, because they have the quote unquote perfect climate to be able to produce food all year long? And even if you do see some of that stuff in the grocery store, how much is it going to cost you to buy it? Do you like that lettuce? Do you like that salad in the middle of winter? It comes from California. It doesn't come from anywhere else. It comes from California. So if they can't produce that lettuce to get that to the store to make so you can make that salad, what you gonna do? Well, for me, I'm gonna put some lettuce seeds in a pot in the window of my house. And I'm gonna have a salad. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm hoping that this basil you see right there will go into the pasta sauce from this tomato plant you see right here. And I'll keep having spaghetti or baked ziti, or I don't know. I like chili pretty good. Or enchiladas. I like enchiladas. A lot of different things tomatoes make. Salsa, tacos, you know, all kinds of stuff. How about potatoes? Most people like potatoes. Some people, you got the keto people. They don't like potatoes. I'm going to move down here. I'm going to keep on moving because I got stuff to do. I got watering. Let me move on down here. Hang on a second. You may be just looking at some plants here because I'm going to work, move, and talk. Okay, maybe you're going to look at some dirt. I don't know. But I got to do stuff. Anywho, potatoes. Fried. You like French fries? Everybody seems to love those McDonald's French fries, but I promise you, you take a lighter or a match and you can light that thing on fire and it don't go away. That ain't natural. Anyway, hash browns. Around here in the South, we like the Waffle House. So, got to have them hash browns. Mashed potatoes, potato casserole, scalloped potatoes, tater salad. Who doesn't like tater salad? Anyway, yeah, there's a problem with those too. Idaho just, for some reason, isn't able to produce enough potatoes this year so far. Might want to get you some potatoes put away. Luckily, I got a few growing right there. And when those come up in a few weeks, I'm going to put a few more over there where the white thing is, where the cabbage is. But I digress. So, water. Gotta have water to grow anything. People have to have water. 3 days. That's all you got without water. 3 weeks without food. I'll go backwards 3 seconds without air. So, what are you going to do? Because they cut off the water. Ooh, look at that. To the biggest farming state for most of the fresh produce in this country. What are you going to do? And that's what I'm doing. That's why I doubled this garden. I usually only plant 6 tomatoes. I wanted 20. I ended up with 32. That's okay. If all these 32 make, that'll be awesome. Do I know how much it's going to make? I don't know yet. I won't know until the fall, when everything is said and done. And I put something else in here. For me, I've been doing a little bit here and there throughout my life. My parents, they grew up poor. They've always had a garden. That's how they lived. They bought stuff from the store, but for the most part, they grew a lot of their stuff. And that was a different time. They grew up in the 40s and 50s. But that's what you did. They were born not too long after the Victory Gardens. By the way, that's just all they knew. They didn't have to garden after all that. They had money. They went to the store, did everything when they got on their own, went out in life, made their own money. But they still did it. And they're still doing it now at 75. Don't have to. It's just because what they know. And they know this, whatever you got, the just-in-time system can't sustain itself. So they keep growing. But they're producing for other families. They don't have to. They don't necessarily need the money. But that's what they like to do. They keep a little bit for themselves. Put a little bit by. Mom's in there at 75 canning up green beans. Making cases of apple butter because people love it. And they just keep buying it. And they spend hours and hours and hours doing it. For literal pennies. Not to make any money. Just because they like doing it. But I'm out here growing stuff to see how much I can grow. See how much I can get out of this little bit of dirt. And next year I'll probably add more. I got plenty of grass out here that I don't need. You know, it takes a couple hours to mow and make it all pretty. Why? So I can look at it. I mean, I can dig this whole backyard up if I want to, and who cares? If it feeds me, it's cheaper. Saves me money. You know, you need at least 9,000 square foot of arable land to produce enough food for one person for 1 year, and no extra. That's just 1 year to feed one person. And that's doing it intensive, crop after crop after crop throughout the year. And that's in the south. In the north, you don't have that luxury because it's cold and snowy and you can't grow but so long. So you're going to need 2 or 3 times that amount of land. But hey, with the gas prices as they are right now, do you want to put that money into mowing your grass when you could be saving that money and growing some food for a lot less? Yeah, it's work. I'm out here after work. I don't know, what is it, 6:30? 7 o'clock? I've been out here. I've already put in 5 new pepper plants. Jalapeno peppers. Talking to you most of the time. Got a little basket full of basil. I'm going to put this in the house. I'm not going to save any fresh. I'm going to hang it up and I'm going to dry it. There you go. For some reason I can't get basil in the grocery store. I got a little basil. And it seems to be working to keep these aphids away from my tomato plants. It's been on 3.5 weeks and I haven't seen an aphid yet, so that's good stuff. I did a video this weekend. I hadn't had a chance to upload it because I got a little editing to do, but I don't think I'm going to edit this video. I think I'm just going to put it out there. It is what it is. Hopefully I don't get in trouble. Hopefully I don't say too much. But I want you to do a little more research on your own. I want you to I wouldn't say Google because that's state run media, seems like nowadays. Seems like DuckDuckGo has gone that way too. But maybe try a few YouTubers out there. I'm going to drop some names, people that do some research, and you can do your own. Do your own. But Ice Age Farmer, he goes over the news. Pinball Preparedness, he goes over the news daily. Appalachia Homestead, I like her. She's a tough cookie. She's out there, she's homesteading, wow. I got a full-time job. I can't raise animals. I might. You never know. I might have to some point. I do have a little bit of land here. I could put something out here. Maybe some rabbits. I don't know. But anyway. And then, of course, financially, looking at the info financially, Economic Ninja. I like him. But you need to do something. You know, I'm out here doing this. I've always grown a little garden, like I said. But there's a few things I've never grown. Never had success with cabbage. So far, I've got over 9 pounds of cabbage I got something to do with. I'm going to make sauerkraut. I'm going to make salt. I'm going to make also, I don't know what I'm making. I'm making some stuff. But I got 9 pounds of cabbage in my house, or in my refrigerators right now. I got to figure out what to do. I pulled up 20 spring onions that we didn't get finished eating. Pulled them up on Saturday. Last night I chopped them up and put them in the freezer. I can add them to a stew, a soup, a casserole, whatever. It's an onion. I put in storage onions this year. They grew. They didn't grow as big as I was hoping to, but they've grown. I'm learning. There's a few things that I've put in this year that I've never grown before, and I'm learning. Broccoli. Who knew that stuff got 2 or 3 foot tall? Holy cow! And it still hasn't made a full head yet. Learn something new every day. But I'm doing it. You don't have to dig up your whole backyard. You can see I just added 4 quote-unquote raised beds. Totaled out to 234 square feet. I've got quite a few plants in that little space over there. And once those broccoli come out and those cabbage come out, something else is getting ready to go back in it. As soon as the squash come out, something else is going back in it. I'm going to grow until the frost comes. I don't care what it is. I've got plans, but the plans have changed since everything started going in the ground. But that's what you do. You roll with the punches. You keep going. You don't give up. I didn't live through the Great Depression. My parents didn't live through the Great Depression, but their parents did. I wish now that I had, as a teenager, sat down with my grandparents and asked them what it was like. You know, as a teenager 30 years ago, that was not something I thought about. Not anything I thought about. Now I wish I had. They're doing things that don't make any sense. They're forcing things on us that most of us don't want. We need to eat, right? The 3 things you need to live: food, water, shelter. Well, we've already seen the problems with the food the past 2 years. Still now. They're getting ready to cut off water to a whole state. That still hurts the food. And shelter. A lot of people are going to start living out of their cars, because a lot of people may be out of work soon. And I don't know where all these people have gone that used to work. Can't walk into a fast food joint anymore, but you can sure sit for 20 minutes in a drive-thru waiting for a chicken finger. But anyway, this is not my normal video, and I'm not going to edit it. And I hope I don't get in trouble for it. But if you hear me, if you're listening, do what you can to get as much food and or water and save money and get out of debt as quick as you can. The banks are saying things are going to be bad. The USDA is talking about double food prices come fall. If you're thinking that food has gone up already, just wait. Just wait. Economics, basic economics, supply and demand. Who's willing to pay the most money for what little is out there? Anyway, I've got stuff to do. I still have a dozen or more basil plants to give haircuts to so they can get bushy, I hope. Keep growing, keep producing. And I gotta water these tomatoes because it's their day. Every other day they get water because we're not getting enough rain. Anyway, this was Wing Mom from the Liberty Garden. Take care. Grow something. And God bless us all.